These mannequins in the police station, you look at them and assume they're male. Look down, this one's wearing red nail polish, and that confirms our suspicions. What's up, Frederick? Most significant enemies in the Outlast Trials only have a single model. There's a single model for the Night Hunter, a single model for the Pusher, and this continues to be the case for the Pouncer, the Berserker, the Snitch, the Judge, the Scapegoat, etc. But there are supposed to be dozens, if not hundreds of individuals comprising the other X-Pop in the game. Like, there are Pushers, plural, not just one, so there should be multiple Pusher models to reflect that. In an ideal world with infinite development time and resources, Red Barrels would be able to make this happen, but the Scapegoats are always going to be identical twins, I guess, whenever you go to the courthouse. Fortunately, Red Barrels painstakingly handcrafted a ton of models for the regular chasers, the Grunts, the standard enemies. There's a lot of names for these guys, so for this video I will be using the official term of Grunts, dividing them into Hard Grunts and Civilian Grunts. The name Hard Grunt comes from a file name of the official concept art of these enemies, notably with the claw weapon and the baseball umpire armor. Civilian Grunt is a term I coined because they're just wearing civilian clothing. Instead of a claw, they carry a machete. The machete makes them decidedly less civilian-like, but whatever. As we have many names for these enemies, there are many enemies for these names. Names are important as they tell you a great deal about things. I'm going to catalog each of the enemy models and provide them names at the same time. Let's do something beautiful. First up, we have a bald man, handsome face with Glasgow grin scars. His name is Anthony. To me, he is a little boring. We are being chased by a normal looking dude for the most part. I am not scared of Anthony. Here's our first hard grunt, the most special of them all and my personal favorite. This is Wilhelm. He has 5 wires in his mouth, I count 5, and as a result his voice lines are a bunch of garbled nothings. You can't understand what he's trying to say. In older patches, he used to speak perfectly clearly, but they fixed that, and it's a fix, I emphasize, not just a change, because test this out yourself at home. Put a bunch of pasta noodles in your mouth, try to have a conversation, it won't work. This man, our second civilian grunt, is missing his right eye. He has burn marks on the right side of his face. The lighting was really bad in this clip, sorry. His name is, Nouzilend. Note that Nouzilend is also bald. This will be an ongoing trend. Hard grunt number 2, middle-aged white man. He's got the prominent nasolabial folds, wire spools on the sides of his head. In the concept art, one wire was going to his mouth, tugging at his lip. They didn't implement that, I don't know why. Hard grunt number 2 is hardly a suitable name, so I will call him Johannathan. Civilian grunt the third. She is bald. In the place of hair, she has a metal grid cap type thing. The metal goes beneath her nose. Her nostrils have kind of been cut off, actually. She looks miserable. Her name is Bianca. Nice to meet you, Bianca. And from the intro clip, we have Frederick. Frederick's left eye is clouded over. Blood is leaking down the left side of his face because he has this big metal implant in his forehead. What the? Take care of that, Frederick. Hey, see that he has a little bit of hair? It's scraggly and his hairline has been pushed back to the point of non-existence, but that is an undeniable step above pure baldness, so we'll take that. We have another bald man with a handsome face. We are joking? He has a mustache a little bit. Lobotomy scars. You know I'd rather have a bottle in front of me than a frontal lobotomy. Would you not say the same, Chang'e? His name is Chang'e. I don't want to look at his handsome face anymore. I was talking to this absolute NPC when Yoble stumbled upon me. Yoble is the modern transliteration of a name from a lost language that is closer in pronunciation to foot than anything else. Yoble/foot has a very oval-shaped head, which is wrapped in bandages. Okay, Amumu, I think her ears were sliced off. This weird wire that is blood-colored is going into what used to be her left eye. I don't know what's up with that. Meet Saredine! Saredine is our third and perhaps final hard grunt. It is hard to say. She is bald. She, like Johannathan, has the prominent nasolabial folds. She's looking old. She wears the same clothes and headgear as him. In this image, her eyes look more round than this other hard grunt named Cloder. Cloder and Saredine are not the same person, though they share the same model it seems. Cloder's skin tone is a little lighter, and it's not just a lighting difference, I do not think. These are two different women who look similar. I said perhaps final hard grunt because there is a fair-skinned female hard grunt with the exact same face shape as Cloder and Saredine. I could not find her in my own gameplay. In this closed beta footage from YouTuber Enolram, we see her. Her name is Dlondrest. Dlondrest may have been removed since closed beta, and we might not be able to find her in the current game anymore. If you found her, tell me. What's up, Hitomi? His name is Hitomi, and while he may think those 3 ridges atop his head count as hair, they do not. He is as bald as the rest. The shape and placement of his eyes are just slightly off, and he makes me strange. I closed the door on him and barred it. Goodbye, Hitomi. I might have stopped counting, but you didn't. This is the 8th civilian grunt, and his name shall be Unyince Tordinush Ooh. Unyince Tordinush Ooh's head is confined within a wire cage almost, and the wires go into his right eye, pulling it permanently open. Metal nasal strip. He is perhaps sponsored by Breathe Right. Fun fact, the model of Unyince Tordinush Ooh is the same one as the guy who was killed by Coil in the Killed Snitch cutscene here. You can tell because of the wire cap atop his head, visible in this shot. Let's look at Cloder with their arms out in a weird action pose. Suwetamonya, bird goggles having ass, what's wrong with her? Of course she is bald, and in her head has been carved the code D48S. Maybe Suwetamonya is like a failed night hunter, what with the goggles and all. Interesting design. Hey Bran. Bran's head hurts, and you can tell because his eyes are open wide. Wilhelm released the official art for Bran's model here. Thanks, Wilhelm. He also released the artwork for Frederick. I just forgot to tell you that, but we're talking about Bran, not Frederick, and Bran has this unsightly infected bulge around his jaw. Last but not least, but indeed the least because this fiend evaded me all my life, is Jhuia'auenne. I couldn't find him. I know he exists because I messed around with him once a month ago or so in Bad Apples, but I didn't save the footage. He has this exact face model, I swear, but he's bald, and he's a chaser, not an absolute NPC. His whole head looks like a meatball, that's how I identify him, but I must have done 20 runs to the Bad Apples intro for this video, trying to find Jhuia'auenne, and this intro you encounter 2 civilian grunts, each with the chance to be Jhuia'auenne, and that's 40 chances, and I just kept running into Bianca, Yoble, and Anthony. No Jhuia'auenne. Someone find him for me, please! I think I have found and documented here for you all the other current grunt models in the game. Thanks so much for watching. If you found one I have missed, send them to me, without a name. That I will bestow upon them myself.
Archer!